Big Noon Saturday is sponsored by AT&T Business from Tom Osborne Field at Memorial Stadium in Lincoln, Nebraska. We're ready to watch the red-hot, world-famous Ohio State Buckeyes, ranked 5th in the nation, in town to take on the Nebraska Cornhuskers. Hi, everybody. I'm Gus Johnson, along with my quarterback, Joel Klatt, and welcome to Lincoln, Nebraska, folks. Ohio State comes into town rolling, and they have a redshirt freshman quarterback in C.J. Stroud that's playing lights out right now.
Remember early in the season when people were like, I don't know about this C.J. Stroud. He's not just... I know about C.J. Stroud now. I mean, this dude's playing great football. I think it started with that off week. He sat down because of a shoulder injury, gained really good perspective from a mental standpoint. He's played lights out since. 15 touchdowns, no interceptions. But it's also been the emergence of true freshman running back Travion Henderson. There was a lot of talk in the preseason about how good this guy was. He's been proving that during the course of the season. 15 touchdowns so far this year. On the other side, Gus, the veteran Adrian Martinez. Last week, a career-high 4 interceptions. He had played pretty clean during the course of the year coming into that game against Purdue. And the 4 interceptions really reverted back to what he was early in his career when he turned the ball over too much. He has to play clean against Ohio State. They've got to play a game in which they control the tempo, just like Matt just said there in the studio. If they can do that, then they've got a chance against these Buckeyes.
All right, for Nebraska, folks, they have been really close in games this season, and they come into this one with nothing to lose. So, should be very interesting. Time now to join the third member of our team on the sideline, the All-American girl, Jenny Taft.
Well, guys, the big news today for Ohio State receiver Garrett Wilson will not be available today. He did not make the trip, and Coach Day didn't share too many specifics with me about his status, but he did point out he hopes to have him back and available for their game next week against Purdue. Without Garrett Wilson, that means Marvin Harrison Jr. and Julian Fleming will be asked to step up. Something to keep in mind with Fleming, he had off-season shoulder surgery. He's been dealing with a nagging hamstring injury the last couple weeks. Today, really the first day he is fully available to step up. What does Coach Day want to see from his guys? Show me, are we mature enough to bring it every single game, no matter the opponent? Because this is November football, and everything, Gus, is at stake.
All right, Jenny, thank you very much. The weather, it couldn't be better, folks. November in Lincoln, 53 degrees and sunny at kickoff time. Nebraska won the toss, deferred. Ohio State will receive in a series that dates back to 1955 when they met in Columbus, Ohio. Buckeyes lead it 8-1. They've won 6 straight by an average score of 53-18. Nebraska, Ohio State, Abuka back deep, and we're underway from Lincoln. This one sent out of the end zone for a touchback. And for Ohio State, that brings on C.J. Stroud, the redshirt freshman from California.
Every game, it seems like he gets better, and he processes information even quicker from the pocket. Last week against Penn State, a touchdown, no interceptions, 305 yards passing, 22 of 34. One of the things he's going to have to deal with, as Jenny just said, is he won't have his leading receiver, Garrett Wilson. He still has Chris Olave, but we're going to see Julian Fleming as well as Marvin Harrison on the outside for the Buckeyes. We'll see how the young players play.
First down and 10 of the 25-yard line. Travion Henderson lines up in the backfield. Stroud to throw it on first down. Jackson Smith and Jigba with the catch, turns it up and picks up a first down. Offensively, let's take a look at the Ohio State Buckeyes.
This is a very good offensive line with 4 tackles up front. Thayer Munford can go out to tackle as well. He starts at left guard. On the outside, lots of talent. Chris Olave, he's probably the best. This guy is as smooth as silk sheets through the middle of the field.
Ooh, first down and 10 at the 36. Here's Henderson running over the right side, and this kid, what a big game last week against Penn State. He'll pick up 6 here. Defensively first, we'll take a look at the Cornhuskers.
Veteran defense led by Ben Stilley up front. He's a 6th-year player. Their linebackers are terrific, Henrich and Reimer. And then in the back end, they're without Deontay Williams. So Miles Farmer, he'll start as a backup at the safety position.
Second down and 4 at the 42. Anderson remains in the backfield. 152 yards rushing last week in Columbus against Penn State. They'll drop it off to him in the flats, and he goes out of bounds quickly. Well defended. Reimer, who had 19 tackles against Purdue last week, knocks him out of play.
These are those moments when you're playing Ohio State When you get an opportunity to get them off the field, you've got to take advantage. Nebraska's got a chance now.
No gain on the play. 3rd down and 4 at the 42. Stroud to throw it on 3rd and 4 off his back foot over the middle, caught by Smith and Jigba, and a 1st down. Miles Farmer had a hand on him, but on 3rd and 4 the Buckeyes get 6 and move the chains.
And Stroud had pressure right in his face from Stille, but he was able to wait to allow the route to develop on that opposite side, and then Smith and Jigba is able to break the tackle of Miles Farmer and then get the 1st down. There was the pressure in the backfield. Smith and Jigba, the strength at the catch point, he's able to lean forward and move the chains.
And with Garrett Wilson out, Smith and Jigba may be called on to do more. Last week, 6 catches, 97 yards against the Nittany Lions. Stroud rolls out of the pocket, buying time, and dumps it down to Smith and Jigba, and he'll go out of bounds, picks up a few.
Boy, if Stroud was able to stay in the pocket there. Stille, again, with the pressure. I told you he was a great player up front, and Stroud had to kind of roll out. He was wanting to look back across the field. Chris Olave was wide open. Those are one of those shots that Ryan Day likes to dial up, in particular right when they cross the 50-yard line.
Opening series for Ohio State, 2nd down and 7. Stroud checks it down again, this time to his tight end, Jeremy Ruckert. And Ruckert will fight for extra yardage as Reimer brings him to the turf.
This was that last play I was talking about. Right when they get close to the 50-yard line, what they try to do is they dial up a play, and look at Olave. He's going back across the field. He's wide open, and Stroud had to leave to the right side and was not able to find it.
Ryan Williams checks in at running back now on 3rd down and short. Stroud, option, keeps it, and will not pick up the 1st down. Well defended by Nebraska as Caleb Tanner brings him down. A 1-yard run, and that brings up 4th down.
There's Tanner on the outside. He does a great job of playing the option. What are you doing running the option against Nebraska? These guys see it every day. As Tanner played it perfect. Look at him. He sits there, forces Stroud to keep the ball, and then makes the tackle. Ryan Day will go for it. Buckeyes still on the field on 4th down.
4th down and 1. And here comes the crowd. OSU 5 of 13 on 4th down conversions this year. Travion Henderson back in the backfield. Stroud to throw it. Stroud steps into his throw. And caught. No! Incomplete. Ruckert dropped it. And Ohio State turns it over on downs.
What a great play from Luke Reimer. Here's Reimer. He's the middle linebacker. He's going to be man-to-man on the tight end, Ruckert. Ruckert goes right up the field. Watch Reimer. He gets in his hip pocket. Looks like he's beat for a moment, but then right when the ball arrives, that right hand goes up right through the hands of Ruckert and tips it away. Ruckert tried to haul it in and was unable to bring it in as he goes to the ground. What a great play from Luke Reimer. And Ryan Day's gamble early is thwarted by the black shirts.
You're going to love these linebackers at Nebraska. Reimer, Henrich, and Doman. Now Adrian Martinez, all day to throw, over the middle, and caught. Samori Toure, the transfer, picks up 24 yards.
Not only that, but I believe Denzel Burke, the corner who hit him, is down. And it looks like he's really favoring that right arm. Here's Martinez. Again, I told you earlier, he's got to avoid the mistake. 45 turnovers in his career. He's been much better this year. Last week, the 4 interceptions, that popped up. Certainly something he has to avoid today. And there's Burke on the sideline. Denzel Burke, true freshman, has started every game for Ohio State, and he's been absolutely sensational. He's the next great defensive back for the Buckeyes. And now it'll be Cam Brown and Sevin Banks on the field.
1st down and 10 at the 33. Jeff Okudah, Denzel Ward, 2 of the great defensive backs recently at Ohio State. Here's Ramir Johnson running straight ahead. And when you look at Adrian Martinez, yes, he's made a lot of mistakes during his career in terms of ball security, but he has so much talent. Maybe the most gifted player at quarterback in all of the Big Ten.
Well, I mean, his ability to run it and create explosive plays is uncanny, in particular when they get into obvious passing situations.
2nd down and 7 at the 30-yard line. And it's Johnson again. He'll plow forward, picking up positive yards. Ronnie Hickman with the tackle.
I just need to correct something. It was not Burke that went out injured. That was actually Cameron Brown who left the game, and Denzel Burke still on the field on the far side. So now it's Burke and Cameron Brown, or excuse me, Sevyn Banks as corners for the Buckeyes.
3rd down and 2 at the 25-yard line. Denzel Burke wears number 29. Cam Brown wears number 26. On 3rd down, they run it, and they will not get it. Ramir Johnson met in the backfield. Teron Vincent, first man to him.
Defensive front four is as good as any in the country. We're interested to see what Scott Frost does. He's going to send the kicking unit on the field.
Scott Frost will take the points.
It hasn't been guaranteed this year for the Cornhuskers, and their fans know that.
Chase Contreras lines up in to attempt a 45-yarder. Nebraska coming up empty, moving the ball on their first series, and no score from Lincoln. When we come back, Ohio State on the field once again. Time now for Progressive Game Flow. This is the 381st consecutive sellout, dating back to 1962, an ongoing NCAA record at Tom Osborne Field at Memorial Stadium. One of the great scenes in all of college football. Henderson, Travion Henderson, the 5-star prospect freshman from Hopewell, Virginia. They are so high on him, they feel they got him another.
Yeah, and a lot is going to be asked of this run game, and the offensive line is dealing with a little bit of a lineup change here late. Matt Jones is going to start at left guard, and that's because Thayer Mumford has to bump out to left tackle. The reason for that, DeJuan Jones, the normal left tackle, was not feeling well right before the game, so this is a last-minute change. Matt Jones in at left guard, and that's where Ben Stille got some pressure on that first series.
2nd down and 6. Here's Stroud, and that one's knocked out and broken up. Well defended this time, JoJo Domann. Another one of those talented linebackers. I told you, Domann, Reimer, and Henrich, they can really play the game.
And Stroud just stares him down. Domann plays this perfectly. Doesn't go too far out to the outside to cover Smith and Jigba. He's right there to break up the pass. Probably should have gotten an interception. And now Nebraska another shot to get off the field.
3rd down and 6 at the 31. Stroud with time over the middle and caught. Chris Olave, the All-American, with a 16-yard reception.
Starts with the protection, but when you get protection, you're going to get Chris Olave with the ability to get in those spaces in the zone coverage. He does a great job of settling in, understanding what he needs from a quarterback perspective, and creating a completion.
Olave, 3 catches, 44 yards, and a touchdown last week against Penn State. That's his 36th catch of the season. 1st down, Stroud over the middle again, and broken up. Cam Taylor-Britt. He wants to guard the best receiver on the other side. This guy's a terrific player.
And he was actually defending the outside player and then raced back because Olave started in the slot. And the corner, Cam Taylor-Britt, raced back and made a terrific play on that ball.
2nd down and 10 at the 47. Travion Henderson, the pistol back. Smith and Jigba in motion. Travion Henderson with the run, and he'll get over the line of scrimmage. Pick up about 4 on the play. Reimer brings him down. Brings up 3rd down and 7. Nebraska with another opportunity to get off the field. Stroud looking. Delivers, and it's caught by Smith and Jigba.
I think the best thing that Jackson Smith and Jigba does is run routes. This guy is sudden, and you never know where he's going until he's already there. It's a mark of a great route runner. Watch that stop on a dime. You get the slip from Cam Taylor-Britt because he's just stopped too fast, and Smith and Jigba is right there for an easy conversion.
First down, Ohio State. Play fake. Stroud steps up in the pocket, throws, and caught by Smith and Jigba once again. This kid is really starting to find his rhythm. He's had back-to-back 6-catch games against Indiana and Penn State. Had a career-high 7 catches as well as 2 TDs against Oregon week 2.
The depth and quality of this wide receiver core is unmatched across college football. Now, clearly, C.J. Stroud is a terrific player. They've got great protection. Henderson's terrific. But, boy, these wide receivers are something else.
Master Teague, who's missed a couple of games in the game at running back. Stroud on the roll. Sideline. Intercepted. JoJo Doman. And Nebraska forces the first turnover of the game.
Doman played this perfectly as Stroud's rolling out to his right. He's trying to get Smith and Jigba on the sideline, who's just going to drop out of his route. Put your eyes right about the 5-yard line. Doman basically runs the route for him. Smith and Jigba slips just a little bit. Doman is right there to intercept the ball. And like you said, Gus, these linebackers, they're terrific. Really the heart and soul of this defense. And Doman with the biggest play of the game so far.
C.J. Stroud hadn't thrown an interception in the last 4 games. Nebraska makes them give it up. And they've got the ball. Big Noon Saturday is sponsored by AT&T Business, keeping your business connected with AT&T 5G. And by State Farm, like a good neighbor, State Farm is there. Nebraska has the toughest schedule in the country, folks. They've lost to 3 teams ranked inside the top 10 of the college football playoff rankings, and all of them have been one-score games. And after this game against the number 5 Buckeyes, wow, they got Iowa and Wisconsin.
No rest for the weary.
Not at all. First down, though. And they'll run it. Johnson looking for a hole and has one. He'll pick up 6, maybe 7 yards on the play. Cody Simon with the tackle. But how about C.J. Stroud? In high school, he threw 1 interception for every 50 passes he threw. And if you think that's good, coming into this game, 1 for every 73 passes in college. And Nebraska turns him over early. That has to be a confidence builder.
No doubt about it. And that defense has given this team confidence all year. They haven't been out of any games because of that defense.
And they'll swing it out wide. Vokalek, backup tight end, junior from Missouri, will pick up 5 yards. One thing about this Scott Frost team, they play hard. But self-inflicted wounds, it's been the story for them this season. Because of this man, Adrian Martinez with the turnovers. First down and 10 at the 21. Martinez drops it off in the flats. Johnson with running room, and he'll get up the field for positive yardage. Bryson Shaw knocks him out of play, but a flag is down.
Flag is back near the line of scrimmage on this near side.
Holding offense, number 88. 10-yard penalty from the spot of the foul. Repeat first down.
It's Levi Folk, number 88, coming straight at you. There he's got Cam Brown wrapped up with that right arm as Ramir Johnson was hitting the edge. You know, this offense, listen, you watch this team on tape. You watch Scott Frost's bunch, defensively, offensively. You look at the stat sheet, and then you look at your record, and you're like, hold on, this doesn't compute. Gus, they are much better than their 3-6 record. Ohio State knew that. This is the second best offense in the Big Ten Conference.
And they'll run it over the right side. It's Betts. Xavier Betts looking for a crease. Shaw there defensively for the Buckeyes.
And Ohio State knew that they had a huge challenge on their hands today, facing this offense. And this offense has relied on explosives. Their quarterback can run. They get the ball down the field. Their offensive line has been good at times, and then too many penalties in other areas. But this Ohio State team, who had their own defensive struggles early in the season, they knew that they were going to have to play much better today and closer to their best if they were going to have a chance to stop this Nebraska offense.
Second down and 11 at the 20. Martinez play fake, bounces out of the pocket, on the move, and we just throw this one out of bounds. And you had a great analogy yesterday in our meeting. You said for Nebraska, it's like fighting Mike Tyson about midway through his career. If you can get past the fourth round, you may have a chance.
Well, that's what Penn State did last week to Ohio State. You know, Ohio State, they're so explosive on offense, and they can produce these little runs. And so many times, ever since that Oregon game, they would just get up early on teams. And at that point, it's so difficult to come back.
Third down and 11. Martinez reverses. Martinez looking, and he'll just step out of bounds, incomplete, and live to play another day. Bryson Shaw ushers him out of bounds, so the Cornhuskers will have to punt it.
So many times you see Martinez get away from obvious pressure. This is a terrific move. This athleticism right here, boom, just spins out of it. And normally you see him then take off and create an explosive play, but all the eyes are in the backfield because Ohio State has stopped running man coverage exclusively like they did early in the year, and they're playing more zone, so more eyes in the backfield, and they were able to corral Adrian Martinez.
Will Bristow will punt it away. Almost had that one blocked. Smith and Jigba is the deep man. He'll pick it up, trying to get outside, and is tackled quickly. Great special teams coverage. A 40-yard punt and a loss of 5 on the return. So coming up, C.J. Stroud will get another crack at it, and the Ohio State Buckeyes on offense. You still have a free chance to win $10,000 from Fox Bet Super 6. Just scan the QR code now and enter the Big Noon contest on the app. It's free to play. Enter now for your shot at $10,000. First down and 10 for Ohio State. At the 35-yard line, Stroud started 5 for 5, 3 for 7 since. Travion Henderson is your running back. And they'll give it to him, running right, cuts it back, and crashes forward. Travion Henderson stopped by Henrich, and he'll gain 4.
This offense, folks, statistically, best offense in the country. Scoring offense, total offense, second in yards per play. Moved it a little bit here so far, but Nebraska has held strong in this first quarter.
2nd and 6. Stroud, quick throw. Smith and Jigba, that one thrown at his feet, incomplete. And so far, Smith and Jigba has been the go-to man for Ryan Day and C.J. Stroud. Remember, Garrett Wilson did not make the trip from Columbus to Lincoln. Undisclosed reasons.
13 passes, only 5 runs. I thought that they would try to establish the run a little bit, in particular with how they struggled to run it in the first half last week against Penn State. You don't run it well, you wind up in this obvious third down situation.
3rd down and 6 at the 39. Buckeyes 3 of 4 on third downs to start this game. Smith and Jigba has been the major target. Stroud bounces out of the pocket, squares his shoulders, and just whizzes it out of play. Once again, the Cornhuskers prepared.
They sat back in a soft zone. Look at all the eyes for the defenders as Stroud sets up back in the pocket. All the eyes of the defenders in the backfield, looking at their man, understanding the route structure. And then as Stroud leaves the pocket, there's one of those linebackers, JoJo Doman, the nickel. He comes flying up and prevents Stroud from getting that ball off clean.
So a rare 3 and out for Ohio State. Jesse Mirko will punt it away from his own 25-yard line. Oliver Martin, number 89, is the deep man, hovering around his own 20. Mirko drives it, end over end kick. And it's fair caught at the 24. Adrian Martinez and the Nebraska offense, they've been moving the football. Let's see if they can continue right after this. Big Noon Saturday is sponsored by Pacific Life, more than 150 years strong. Protect what matters most.
Above and Beyond, sponsored by Jersey Mike's. Be a sub above. And this defense for the Buckeyes has been above and beyond ever since those first 2 games. They struggled mightily, 33 points per game given up. Last 6, only 15. Every category they have improved, in particular stopping the run. And you got to give Ryan Day and that coaching staff a lot of credit. They evaluated a lot of things, made some changes, and they've been playing much better.
First down at the 25. Martinez bouncing around, dancing around, and he will be sacked. Ohio State putting pressure on the quarterback, and that'll be the first sack of the game. Jean-Baptiste getting home.
Check out all the eyes in the backfield. This is the change I'm just talking about. How do you improve so much on defense? They put the eyes in the backfield, no easy throws, let the rush get home. Because remember, Gus, that front 4, that defensive line is one of the best in the country. And they had to allow them the ability to dominate the game. You don't do that by giving up big plays and easy throws on the outside. So they got out of some of that man coverage. They allowed those defensive players to look into the backfield, the rush to get home.
Second down and 14 at the 21. And Johnson straight ahead into the arms of Cody Simon.
Like I said, credit to Ryan Day. And the reason I say that, even though he's the offensive play caller, is because he had to evaluate his program with clear eyes. He changed defensive play callers. He went from Kerry Combs to Matt Barnes, and now Matt Barnes calling the defensive structure. And he'll be the first to say, listen, this is by committee. This is not my deal. This is not Kerry Combs' deal or Al Washington or Larry Johnson. We're doing this collectively as a group.
Third down and 13 at the 22. Martinez sliding. Martinez in trouble, breaks a tackle. Martinez, and he'll be slammed down again. What a job. Ronnie Hickman comes in and cleans it up. And Nebraska forced to punt it away.
And it's all about the coverage. Folks, look at the defensive backs for Ohio State. This is just a big umbrella-style zone, and Nebraska can't get open. As these guys are looking into the backfield, their eyes are all over the quarterback. He's got nowhere to throw it.
Smith and Jigba, the deep man. He'll backpedal and catch it over his shoulder at the 20. Turns it up, looking for a crease. And goes out of bounds at the 35. 62-yard punt and a 14-yard return.
Let's take a look at the current Big Ten standings presented by Discover. Here's what we got. How about that huge Spartan victory last week over on the east side? Michigan State stays undefeated. They're currently in the top 4. And I tell you what, Kenneth Walker might be in the lead for the Heisman Trophy. On the other side, the West, Wisconsin, Minnesota, Purdue, everybody's in there. And don't forget, folks, to tune in to the Big Ten Championship game presented by Discover, December 4th on Fox.
Interested in seeing what Michigan State does. They have to go to West Lafayette to take on Purdue. And Purdue, they've knocked down some giants. Remember the big win at Iowa this season.
And not only that, you remember a couple of years ago, Ohio State went into West Lafayette. There's the commissioner of the Big Ten, Kevin Warren. So much on his plate. Obviously, there was a meeting with the College Football Playoff Board of Managers, not just the rankings committee, the Board of Managers, to talk about expansion this week. It's been tabled till early December. I think that they need to move expeditiously on that. We need expansion in college football, and the powers that be, if you're listening and watching right now, do the right thing, expand the playoff. All of us need it and want it.
All right, 1st and 10 at the 34. Do the right thing. Joel Platt with this best Spike Lee impersonation. Henderson running the ball. Daniels making the tackle in the middle.
Part of the problem with just a 14 playoff is we've shoved all the meaning and the definition of success in our sport into just those 4 spots. And so there's no ability to be upwardly mobile as a program. And we need to expand it, offer more teams, more fan bases the opportunity to be engaged late into the season.
2nd and 7 at the 37. Quick strike on the hitch to the sideline. Nebraska, well played. Dismuke comes up and makes the open field tackle on Mitch Rossi. No gain.
We should not be surprised, folks, if you're just tuning into the first quarter, 0-0. Nebraska has been doing this all year. It doesn't matter if they're playing Oklahoma, Michigan State. This defense has kept their team in ball games all year long.
3rd down and 7 at the 37. Stroud, will he snap it? And he will not. So how about this, folks? Nebraska, if you use that Mike Tyson analogy, trying to get past the first 4 rounds, they got past one big one there. No score at the end of one here in Lincoln. Big Noon Saturday is sponsored by AT&T Business. Welcome back to Lincoln. Ohio State faced with a 3rd down and 7 at the 37. As we start the second quarter, Ohio State has not had back-to-back 3-and-outs this season. Stroud looking. Stroud over the middle, and it's caught for a first down. Well done, Travion Henderson. So versatile. He can catch it out of the backfield. 11-yard gain.
Watches the linebackers take off and split, and then they just going to sink the running back Henderson right into the middle of the field. They were trying to drop a defensive end out, but Henderson's right there for the conversion.
The only other scoreless first quarter this year for Ohio State was against Oregon. And you know what happened in that game? Stroud. And he delivers again. Right now, he's picking this team apart. Marvin Harrison Jr. If that name sounds familiar, his father was one of the greatest receivers to ever play this game. NFL Hall of Famer, Indianapolis Colts legend, Syracuse icon.
And he's getting a huge opportunity today because Garrett Wilson is not here on the trip.
First down at the 39. Stroud stepping up, buying time, delivers, incomplete. Olave the target and a flag. Miles Farmer in coverage.
Pass interference. Defense number 4. 15-yard penalty from the previous spot. Automatic first down.
Let's take a look at the back end of the route. There's Farmer, and he gets a hold of that jersey. Boy, that is pretty ticky-tack. But if you grab and that jersey stretches, you are inviting that flag from the official. I don't think it held him up to the point that he couldn't have got there, disrupted the route, probably should have stayed in the pocket. But when you pull the jersey, that flag is usually going to come out.
So they'll move the ball to the 24-yard line. First down. Stroud over the middle again. Incomplete. Chris Olave, the intended receiver. And what you see with Ohio State, and correct me if I'm wrong, JK, it doesn't seem like they really want to commit to running the football.
Yeah, they have not so far today. Only 8 rushes, but part of that, or excuse me, 7 rushes for only 8 yards. And part of that is obviously sacks. But this is penalty here on Ohio State. This is kind of what happened against Oregon, you know, and Ryan Day is one of the best play callers and offensive minds in college football, but there are times when you need to settle everyone down, maybe even your quarterback, your offensive line, and let them just roll off the ball. And when you do that, you become...
Offense number 79. That penalty's declined. Second down.
When you do that, you're forcing the defense to commit more resources to stopping the run. This is a great offensive line, folks. They got a great running back. And if they were to commit to the run a little bit more early in games, I think those big plays and those shots would open up even more so in the second and third quarter.
Second down and 10 to the 24. Travion Henderson really exploded in the second half in Columbus last week against Penn State. 152 total yards rushing the football and a score. Stroud gives it to him through the middle. And they'll get inside the 20.
32, Travion Henderson.
Henrich with the tackle.
Nebraska's been trying to play soft zone coverage here on third downs and force Stroud to hold the ball in the pocket and try to get somebody there in the rush.
Third down and 4 at the 18. Buckeyes in the red zone for the first time. $85,000 in attendance. And Stroud runs it and picks up the first down on his own.
Ball carried by number 7, C.J. Stroud.
Not the most mobile quarterback, but he is serviceable when he needs to pick him up and put him down.
I was just going to say, that's been one of the biggest difference covering this team from last year to this year, obviously, is Fields' ability to hurt the defense and convert on third down. But that was a great read by Stroud. Later in the season, we're seeing more resources, the defensive ends from defenses crashing down on the running backs. That has been open, that edge, the ability to hold the edge with the quarterback, equal out the numbers, all of those different things. It basically means this: you can block everybody when your quarterback runs, and he's able to convert a first down for the Buckeyes.
8th play of the drive, first down and 10. And a timeout called by Ohio State. Back in 30 seconds.
It'll be a 30-second timeout.
Court.
Welcome back. So far, Nebraska has kept Ohio State in front of them. Stroud 11 completions, but for just 93 yards. First down and 10 at the 12. Henderson. It'll get inside the 10.
Saw that stat last week. Ohio State struggled mightily in the red zone. They didn't run the ball well inside the red zone. They didn't get enough movement. That didn't allow them to get on the edge. They had a couple of tries inside the 5-yard line. Couldn't punch it across. Now, Penn State is terrific in the red zone on defense. We'll see if Nebraska can hold up here.
2nd and 6. Remember, these receivers, very crafty. Keep your eye on Olave and Smith and Jigba, number 2 and number 11. Here's C.J. Stroud in trouble. Stroud incomplete. That one whizzing out of the back of the end zone. Jeremy Ruckert, the tight end, the target.
Great opportunity here for Nebraska. This would be a huge win, and Stroud took a big shot and was slow to get up. Here was that shot as he's scooting up in the pocket. I thought he might run for a moment, and they're right under the armpit, folks. That is the worst hit to take as a quarterback, other than getting hit right in the jaw. Your arm's up trying to throw the ball. You take one right in the ribs. He cannot be feeling good right now.
3rd and 6 at the 9. Stroud dumps it off. Out wide. Travion Henderson stood up and taken down. We got some hungry Cornhuskers on defense today, folks, as they turn away the Buckeyes, who will have to try a field goal. JoJo Doman again.
And the red zone troubles continue for Ohio State. Henderson's taking off right out of the backfield, and Doman is right there. The recognition is perfect. He plays it perfect, keeps his outside arm free, and is there for the tackle. Open field tackling is not easy against a guy as skilled as Travion Henderson. He's got some help from the inside, and there are those linebackers again for the Huskers.
Noah Ruggles in to attempt a 26-yarder, and he remains perfect. 12 for 12 on the season for Noah Ruggles, but it's a victory for the Cornhuskers. They hold the Buckeyes to 3 here in the second quarter. Back to Lincoln right after this. Big Noon Saturday is sponsored by Cadillac and by Discover, the official card of the Big Ten Conference. The only time Nebraska has beaten Ohio State was in 2011 in Lincoln, and they did it in a comeback fashion. Cornhuskers came back from 21 points down, the largest comeback in school history. Ohio State with a 3-0 lead. They went on an 11-play, 57-yard drive, eating up 4 minutes and 52 seconds, settling for the 26-yard Noah Ruggles field goal. Alante Brown, the deep man for Big Red. Ruggles sends it away. And it's into the end zone for a touchback. Let's take a look at our Pack Life game summary.
Sponsored by Pacific Life, more than 150 years strong. Well, here is Ohio State with 129 total yards, but only the 3 points. Credit Nebraska's defense for holding up strong. A couple of times in the scoring area. Won a pick there, forcing them to kick a field goal. The rush yards, though, that's the one that you want to look at. Nebraska unable to run the ball so far, but Ohio State, a lack of commitment to the run. Only 9 rushes so far to 20 passing attempts.
First down at the 25. Martinez runs the option and has a lane. That's old school Tommy Frazier option. They don't run it like that very often anymore, do they?
No, you don't see it, but I love it. It brings it. You can. I hope you can hear that I have a smile on my face seeing that, right? Growing up as a kid in the old Big 8, you see all those wishbone offenses. Oklahoma, Colorado did it with Darian Hagan, of course, Tommy Frazier, and all the terrific option quarterbacks here in Nebraska. Scott Frost told us yesterday that's something that he wants to make more an identity here with the Cornhuskers, and there Martinez did it perfectly.
First down, Martinez again runs the same option to the short side, and he'll lose a yard. I don't understand, partner, the philosophy of that play.
This one was just more of a speed option. You're not reading necessarily like a triple option. So he's supposed to be attacking the outside shoulder of the end man on the line of scrimmage. There was no one there. It was kind of a muddy look, right? Well, he can't just string that one out down the line of scrimmage. As a quarterback, you've got to set your course and then also allow that pitch relationship to stay with you so that you can pitch the ball out if need be. As a quarterback, you've got to stay that inside track, force a defender to take you if you're going to run the option.
Second down and 12 at the 36.
By the way, I couldn't do it. That's what Darian Hagan told me when he was a coach in Colorado.
Here's Martinez, sprints out of the pocket and just guns it out of bounds.
Trying to get an easy completion on the outside, and it just was not there. This defense playing very well so far. And remember, one of their main contributors at linebacker, Steele Chambers, number 22, not available in this first half. He was called for targeting very early, about the first series of that second half against Penn State. So he will not be playing here in this first half. But rest assured, he'll be out here in the second. He's been terrific for them at the linebacker position.
Third down and 12. Ball at the 36. Martinez fires down the field. And incomplete. Intended for Omar Manning. Well defended by that Ohio State secondary. Denzel Burke, the talented freshman, in on the play.
Burke is terrific in coverage. Just terrific hand fighting, but then he goes and then attacks the ball. Locate the football. See as he turns around, but maintains some contact with the wide receiver, and then he's able to go up and disrupt the catch.
Christop sends it away. Left-footed punter Smith and Jigba clears.
I tell you, the special teams have just killed Nebraska all year. They've already missed a field goal there. Christop kicks it about 8 yards, and it goes out of bounds. Unbelievable.
Want more stats? Just ask Siri. Who leads college football in receiving touchdowns? This Veterans Day, we are making camouflage our cause in support of the Honor U.S. Vets campaign and the belief that our veterans deserve to live with dignity and independence. Not on the streets. You can do the same by wearing camouflage and posting with hashtag HonorUSVets and visit usvets.org. A 13-yard punt for Nebraska. Now Ryan Day gets a chance to experiment.
Well, and Nebraska's on the ropes. He's going to take a shot in the next couple of plays.
First down at the 49. Near side. Caught. Olave And he'll skip out of bounds after picking up the first down.
It's part of the problem. Nebraska had that quality first down option run. They have second and short, and then just don't execute. Martinez needs to keep the ball. He doesn't, get strung out. Then all of a sudden they get an incompletion, a low percentage fade route. Punt goes 8 yards. And you watch right here. Ohio State will use some tempo. They're gonna take a shot down the field. Nebraska better be ready for it.
First down at the 37. Travion Henderson running. Turns a corner. And he'll get inside the Nebraska 30. Quentin Newsom defensively for the Cornhuskers.
This is such an important sequence. They could have been on the field and sustained a drive offensively. And then not executing in the special teams game gives the best offense in the country a short field. And the Buckeyes need to take advantage. This defense has been put in a predicament by their special teams all year long.
Second down and 4 at the 31. Stroud drops back, sets, delivers. Smith and Jigba, nice hesitation move, and he'll get down the sideline.
Number 11.
Jackson Smith and Jigma, the sophomore from Rockwall, Texas, gains 17.
Check out all the traffic that you're going to get from this side, and then Smith and Jigba, he's coming from the left side, and then the defender can't get over the top, so you create space against man coverage. Beautiful design there. Ryan Day uses that crossing route a lot, that mesh it's called. You send guys over from the wide side of the field, force the defender to run around, a big looping run around, and then there you go. Smith and Jigba has room to run.
First down at the 14 for Ohio State. And it's a run. Henderson spinning, and he'll get to the 10. Luke Reimer with the tackle. 4-yard gain.
We'll see if they can fix these red zone issues. They came into last week's game, this offense, to one of the better red zone teams in the country. And they were just absolutely stifled by Penn State.
What kind of things do you want to run in the red zone?
Well, if you can just run the football, you're going to have a ton of success. The problem is that they weren't able to just run the ball with Travion Henderson. When you don't have Justin Fields' ability to run at quarterback, that also makes it difficult.
And here's Henderson again. Go out of bounds around the 7, maybe the 6. Miles Farmer pushes him out of play.
And this is quality run game. 2 handoffs creating a 3rd and short. So now everything's at your disposal. Then the next thing that comes up, Gus, is can your receivers win one-on-ones? That makes you good in the red zone. And also, can you have some of that creativity? Can you have some misdirection and have a guy own the middle of the field against linebackers and safeties? That's Jeremy Ruckert, one of the best tight ends in college football.
3rd down and 2 at the 6. Nebraska has bend but don't break. Henderson, the single setback. They give it to him straight ahead, and they pick up the first. Nick Henrich brings him down, but a first down for the Buckeyes.
Check out the tight ends. You talked about Ruckert. We just talked about his ability in the passing game. Great block. And that's the block that Henderson reads and just moves over, scoots over just behind that tight end, lowers his pads, and then is able to move the chains and create 1st and goal.
First down and goal at the 3-yard line. Jeremy Ruckert. Henderson in the backfield. Stroud sprints out, squares, throws. Touchdown! Chris Olave. And Ohio State taking a 9-0 lead.
They get the short field and go right down the field. They take advantage. Olave, great route. Look at him. He just waits until the corner, Cam Taylor-Britt, turns his eyes back to the quarterback. Then he drops out towards that front pylon. A lot of teams call that Venus. It's a Venus route. You fake to the back pylon, drop out, go back to the front pylon. Stroud's right on time. And it's a touchdown for Chris Olave, who just lives in the end zone.
So a 7-play, 49-yard drive for Ohio State. Remember, Nebraska had a 13-yard punt. Extra point for Ruggles is good. Buckeyes finally hit pay dirt, and they lead it 10-zip. All right, Stoner, thank you very much. Chris Olave now with 32 career touchdown receptions. He's already passed Devin Smith, and now has his sights set on Ohio State's all-time leader, David Boston, who had 34 from 1996 through 1998. And the ball fair caught inside the 5. Tomorrow, catch a special Fox NFL Sunday pregame show live from Annapolis at 11 a.m. Then at 4, it's one of the biggest games of the year. The Packers take on the Chiefs. It all kicks off tomorrow on Fox and the Fox Sports app. Big story this week, no Aaron Rodgers tested positive for COVID. So Jordan Love will get his first career start.
Can't wait to see that one. There's no doubt. See if Chiefs kind of out of their funk a little bit, right?
Yeah, they are a little funky right now. But they still have Pat Mahomes.
He's good.
He's not bad. Here's a quarterback run with Adrian Martinez, and Martinez looks like he's tweaked his ankle. Folks, this kid's been through everything this season. He's played with a broken jaw. He's played with a high ankle sprain. Today, folks, or yesterday rather, was the 10th anniversary of the passing of his mother, who died of cancer when he was 11 years old. So his mind and heart is with her today. 2nd and 6 at the 29. Martinez, play action. Stands in the pocket and delivers a great throw. Austin Allen will go down at the 45. Bryson Shaw with the tackle.
Great route here.
26 yards.
Austin Allen finding the soft spot. Ohio State gets caught in a little bit of a pressure look, a blitz look. Martinez finds one of his best targets, Austin Allen, for a first down.
First down at the 45. Now they run it with Ramir Johnson and have room. Remember, Austin Allen, folks, he could play for Fred Hoiberg on the basketball team.
That's right.
He's a legitimate number 11, 6 feet 9 inches.
I tell you what, 255, great hands, good route runner, had 3 catches last week. Came into the game with 27 catches, over 370 yards, and 2 touchdowns.
2nd down and 4 at the 39. Best drive of the day so far for Big Red. Here's Martinez over the middle again. This time it's Omar Manning. Martinez limping. 14-yard gain. So on back-to-back plays, well, 3 plays, 26 yards, 6 yards, and now 14.
He is clearly limping. When he went down earlier in the series, he tweaked something in that ankle. But boy, he's showing a lot of heart so far, hanging in the pocket.
First down at the Ohio State 25. Ramir Johnson. Johnson, the redshirt freshman from New Jersey.
Had a career high 83 rush yards, couple of touchdowns in their loss to Minnesota. But this drive has been about Martinez settling in, finding some of those targets over the middle of the field, finding Austin Allen. Adrian Martinez, if they're able to come back, he'll be the reason. This is a very talented player, folks.
2nd down and 7 at the 22. Martinez to throw it one more time. Winds up. And incomplete. This time, Levi Falk.
Already had to settle for a field goal earlier in the game. They missed it. Now the Buckeye defense, they've got a chance to force the Huskers into a field goal situation. They got to look towards their best target. Their best target is Austin Allen. It's the guy that Adrian Martinez talks about that he trusts the most. He's the guy that can body up those safeties at 6'9" and create some space and maybe move the chains.
3rd down and 7 at the 22. Here's Martinez. Interesting play call there.
Boy, especially with him hobbling a little bit, and now I think Scott Frost is going to kick it. Good play by the defensive end, the youngster, JT Tuimoloau. He kept his outside arm free, number 44 for Ohio State. They were trying to hook him, get around the end, but he forced that play back to the inside, and now the Huskers will have to settle for a field goal attempt.
So Contreras missed a 45-yarder. This one from 39 yards away. And it's good. Well done by Chase Contreras. Nebraska on the board. 10-3. Deep in the 2nd. Time to celebrate Fansville, and college football's return to glory with an ice-cold Dr. Pepper, the one fans deserve. Great atmosphere here in Lincoln. One of the legendary grounds in college football history.
Buddy always asks me, where was the most fun place to play? Right here, Lincoln, Nebraska.
You were 2-0 here, weren't you?
Great fan. Well, that's partly what made it fun.
Oh, Colorado quarterback. Now Ohio State deciding to run it. And this is Emeka Egbuka with the return. Today's game is featured on the free-to-play Fox Bet Super 6 app. One of the questions in the contest is which team will have the longest touchdown and how long will it be, Ohio State or Nebraska? There are chances to win all season long.
This is a very important series for this Nebraska defense. You know, this Ohio State team, they can almost act like a basketball team. Gus, you know, call them basketball. Basketball is a game of runs, right? You got to stay close in the middle of those runs, in the midst of those runs. This defense has got to maintain their proximity.
C.J. Stroud to Smith-Njigba. Great move. Gets down the sideline. And a burst. Smith-Njigba. Touchdown, Buckeyes.
Touchdown, Ohio State.
Partner, that's exactly what you just said.
This team is so explosive. They rely on these runs in the middle of games to get 2-3 possessions ahead of their opponent. Smith-Njigba, this is just an ordinary route. He's just going to run just inside. He gets the completion, but then it's turned the jets on. And watch his partner down the edge. That's Chris Olave, the unselfish hustle, getting down the field and getting just enough of a block right there to get his teammate into the end zone. What a terrific play from Jackson Smith-Njigba. Again, ordinary pass. Just a little hitch route from the inside slot receiver, and he's able to take it the distance. Explosiveness.
Smith-Njigba with a 75-yard touchdown, and he's putting up some gaudy numbers in the first half. 7 catches, 140 yards with the 75-yard strike. So Stroud putting it on the money. Smith-Njigba does the rest. Buckeyes up 17-3. Coming up next on Fox, 12th ranked Baylor kicks off against TCU. Then at 7:30 Eastern, Indiana takes on 7th ranked Michigan, only on Fox and the Fox Sports app. And we'd like to give a shout out to Gary Patterson, who stepped down as the head coach at TCU. We knew Coach Patterson for many years covering the Big 12. What a great football coach, and we'll certainly miss him.
Absolute legend. Felt like he was done wrong there. Should have been able to coach the last month of the season. His team, you got a statue, that should be the rule, right? You get to finish the season.
Let's go downstairs to Jenny Taft.
Well, quick update, guys. We were a bit concerned about that ankle for Adrian Martinez. Well, he was shaking it off on the sideline, telling his teammates he is totally fine, good to go. And when we sat down with Scott Frost yesterday, remember, yes, he's acknowledged his ups and downs, but everyone, including Frost, his teammates, described Martinez as a fighter. No doubt we'll try to respond right here, guys.
Part of the issue is that he was battling a high ankle sprain, and thus you don't have to roll your ankle for that to reoccur. It can just be someone banging into it. I think that's what happened on that last series.
First down at the 25. Ramir Johnson, Cody Simon, Tyreek Smith combining on the tackle.
This defense is just so much different than it was early in the season. We did their first 2 games of the year, and you think to yourself, like, what's wrong with this defense? It's just not the same. And they've got more experience from young players like Tuimoloau, number 44, the defensive end, but they're also just keeping the ball in front of them and not giving up the big plays.
Second down at 7. Martinez sets up deep in the pocket, guns it, and caught! Torrey! Can he get there? Samori Torrey! Touchdown, Cornhuskers! 72 yards!
Well, right when I say the Buckeyes aren't giving up big plays, boom. One of the most explosive offenses in the Big Ten strikes. Watch the safety. He's going to get too far over to his right. Martinez half rolls to the left, and as soon as that happens, the safety clears the middle of the field, and then Torrey is wide open. Lathan Ransom cannot catch him, and he's gone for a touchdown. What a huge touchdown for the Huskers.
Samori Toure, 2 catches for 47 yards last week against Purdue. He's the transfer. What a play. Nebraska with new life. Ohio State, Big Red. First half's been exciting. Back after this.
Team support.
Don't forget, you can find all of Joel's Breaking the Huddle content, including his weekly top 10 rankings at foxsports.com, the Fox Sports app, and CFB on Fox social platforms. So Samori Toure, the transfer from Montana, where he caught 155 balls in 2 seasons, has really done a terrific job as a Cornhusker.
Yeah, he has. And they talked about his maturity when he came in, and right away he was unselfish, didn't demand anything. He was just mature and had a mindset that he was going to work for everything that he got. That earned the respect of the guys in the locker room. He started making plays on the field in practice, then started making those plays in the game. None bigger maybe than that last one. A huge touchdown to draw him within a score here with Ohio State.
2:53 to go. Buckeyes give it to Henderson, and Henderson upended at the 30-yard line. After a scoreless first quarter, folks, we've had scores on the last 4 possessions.
So Nebraska gets the ball to start the second half. So Ohio State trying to maintain some of this momentum and get a score leading into that halftime here with 2:27 and counting.
2nd and 4. Henderson, and he would gain a yard. Reimer with contact before he got to the line of scrimmage, and it's only a 1-yard gain.
Boy, and if you could get the ball back with some time, that would be even a bigger plus. A huge opportunity here for the Huskers.
Nebraska with all 3 of their timeouts, and they'll get it again. This defense came to play. Especially these linebackers. This time, it's Casey Rogers. The defensive tackle, Caleb Tanner, in on the play as well.
Watch Rogers, and you've also got Stille that is able to get in here from the defensive tackle position. They just do a great job of getting upfield, getting into the backfield, and Henderson's got nowhere to go. Great job penetrating those gaps, getting off the field, and giving their offense a little bit of time. And Nebraska will take a timeout with 1:49 left. Boy, this defense has been good all year, Gus. This defense has given their team a chance to win, even in big matchups. Michigan State, the Oklahoma game that we did earlier in the game. And it's always been they have never capitalized with their offense or with their special teams. This is one of those moments. Folks, Nebraska gets the ball to start the second half. They're 1 score down. This is the sequence in the game where they have to take advantage and potentially take this ball and go put it on the board.
Oliver Martin, the deep man for Nebraska at the 25. Mirko punts inside his own 20. End over end. Fielded inside the 20. Martin looking for daylight, and it'll go down to the 21. 51-yard punt and a 2-yard return. Rob Stone, Brady Quinn, Reggie Bush, Matty Fresh, and Bob Stoops are standing by with the State Farm halftime show.
Well, there have been some missed opportunities for Nebraska. Missed a field goal, had a 13-yard punt. Ohio State took advantage, but the defense has given them a chance here. Big sequence leading into half, and remember, Nebraska will get the kick to start the third quarter.
First down at the 20 for Adrian Martinez. Martinez out of the shotgun. Martinez in trouble and sacked inside his own 10. Tyreek Smith, the senior from Cleveland.
Well, you can see he just does not have the legs on that ankle to get away from the rush. This rush is very good. These ends are very good. Tyreek Smith is able to get to the quarterback, and Martinez goes down.
Ohio State calls timeout. Back in a moment. Buckeyes up by 7. 1:31 to go here in the second quarter. Nebraska faced with a 2nd down and 19 at their own 11. Martinez over the middle, and he has his receiver Manning. And Manning trying to pick up some yardage, but Marcus Williamson is right there. One thing about this Ohio State defense, they don't have the Chase Young type pass rusher, but they're doing it by committee this season.
They had 25 sacks over their last 5 games leading into today. That led the nation over that time frame. 4+ sacks in 4 of the last 5 games. They had 9 against Akron. Everyone at home, you should all nod and be like, yeah, but it was Akron. And I understand that. But it's part of the schematic change that they made. They were able to put their defensive backs and linebackers in position to play with their eyes in the backfield. That took away the easy throws for the quarterback. And now, Gus, as the quarterback holds the ball just an extra beat, it allows those defensive front 4, any number of them, and they're too deep, they can roll through there to get after the quarterback. 3rd down and 16 at the 14-yard line. And Nebraska conservative this time. They run it with Johnson. And now, though, special teams has been a problem all season. Christop comes in, his last punt, 13 yards. Well, and the reason they ran it there, obviously, they wanted to be careful and not put the ball in harm's way, but also Ryan Day was the one taking those timeouts, trying to conserve some time here to get the ball back and produce a score. So they wanted to run it, and they'll probably take this play clock all the way down and then call one of their timeouts. They have 2 left. That's exactly what they'll do. Try to bleed as much clock away from the Ohio State offense as they possibly can.
And now they call the timeout. Nebraska will be back in 30 seconds.
To take for Ohio State, number 11.
William Christop will punt it away at his own 1-yard line. Let's see if Ohio State brings some pressure. They don't. This one out of bounds at the Buckeye 40 with 32 seconds to go in the half. Ohio State out of timeouts, a 43-yard punt.
If you're thinking about Noah Ruggles, their kicker, the Buckeyes, he's been perfect this year, 11 for 11 on field goals coming into today, 47 for 47 on extra points. He's made his last 20 field goals that have been under 50 yards, dating back to his time at North Carolina. Remember, he's a transfer. He has never made a 50-plus yard field goal in his career. He's 0 for 3. So if you need to get him inside of that 50 mark, you need to get the ball probably to that 31, 32-yard line.
First down at the 41. C.J. Stroud over the middle and incomplete. I tell you what, JoJo Doman laying out. He's had an excellent first half.
I mean, he's been all over. He's been the MVP for Nebraska so far. Laying out there, right hand stretching out, not allowing Ruckert to get any separation as Ruckert kind of stumbled out of his break.
2nd and 10 of the 41, 28 seconds to go. Stroud off his back foot. Sideline caught. Smith and Jigba out of bounds, short of the first down marker, but the clock stops at 25 seconds.
A really good throw from Stroud. It was almost kind of fading away from that one, but he was able to get enough arm strength on it to get it outside to Smith and Jigba and stop the clock.
Makes it 3rd down and 2. No timeouts for the Buckeyes. Stroud, quick strike again, and a first down. Julian Fleming, sophomore from Pennsylvania.
I'm sure they'll try a field goal, even if it's going to be over 50 yards. We just haven't seen it from Ruggles and make one of those in his college career. So to try it, they need about 6 more yards, but to really be in range, you need to get all the way to about the 32-yard line.
First down at the 46. C.J. Stroud steps into his throw. Incomplete. Olave got a hand on it. So with 16 seconds remaining.
Quentin Newsom just got lost at the end, but Olave could not haul it in. Boy, he's so good on those deep routes, but just overthrown from C.J. Stroud. Ryan Day loving Stroud's aggressiveness, taking a shot when it was there.
2nd down and 10 at the 46. Let's see if he takes another one. Smith and Jigba has been brilliant in the first half. Here's Stroud. Sideline and incomplete. That time it was Marvin Harrison Jr., the intended receiver.
I think a miscommunication between he and Julian Fleming, who basically ran the same route in the same spot. Look at them, they're basically right next to each other. And there, Harrison thinking about his feet too much. That ball gets too close to his face mask, and it's incomplete.
3rd down and 10 at the 46. Nebraska showing blitz, and a timeout called by the Cornhuskers. Their final timeout of the first half.
Yourself.
And then you got to, if it's change it, or run the field.
17-10, Ohio State faced with a 3rd down and 10 at the 46. Stroud under pressure. Stroud, and he finds Olave, but he's chopped down at the 40. What a great open field tackle by Quentin Newsom.
And that'll likely end the half. That ball had to go past the chains or out of bounds. That's a big break for Nebraska. Great tackle from Newsom, getting him down. And Stroud and the Buckeyes unable to get points on the board.
So how about this? Nebraska goes into the locker room down by only 7. 17-10, the score. Time now for Rob Stone and the boys with the State Farm halftime show. Big Noon Saturday is sponsored by AT&T Business. Welcome back to Lincoln, Nebraska. Our score, Ohio State on top of the Cornhuskers, 17-10 as we start the second half. Gus Johnson, along with my partner Joel Klatt, my quarterback, and Ohio State, I tell you, they have so many weapons. They're so explosive. It's like they play fast break football. But when you look at this Nebraska team, their defense is keeping them in it. And we've got a 7-point game.
You saw there was a moment there you thought Ohio State could run away and hide, but the defense did hold them in it. And it's tough because there's so many playmakers for Ohio State. Let's take a look at our second half connection brought to you by AT&T Business, keeping your business connected with AT&T 5G. This is one of those playmakers. Chris Olave, he's in a one-on-one situation. He's just too good of a route runner. He puts his eyes inside. That forces the corner to look back into the backfield, and then boom, he falls out. Great route for a touchdown. Jackson Smith and Jigba, 75-yard reception. This is just easy stuff. A little hitch route, and then he's gone. The hustle down there from Olave to also get the block. But you got to give Nebraska a lot of credit. Their defense was able to hold in there and then give their offense a chance to get explosive themselves. Remember, this is second best offense in the Big Ten, and there's Martinez de Torre, and he goes 72 yards for the score, and that kept them in it. This team now is in a one-possession game. That's exactly what they needed to be in. Have some of that life and energy like Coach Stoops was talking about at halftime.
Nebraska will receive it to start the second half. And it's fair caught inside the 5. Let's go downstairs and check in with JT.
Well, Gus, that is only the 4th time under Coach Day that Ohio State hasn't scored in the first quarter. The last time that happened was against Oregon. Day called their offense messy early. He told me they're continuing to find their rhythm, and they're getting there. On defense, he was okay with everything other than allowing that big play. And as for Nebraska, Gus, they were fired up. Scott Frost telling me, honestly, I didn't have to say much. Our defense is leading the way. We need to be more consistent on offense, but we have a really good chance in the second half if we play the way we're capable of playing.
All right, 1st down and 10 at the 25 for the Cornhuskers. Martinez to throw it on first down. Flips it out into the flats. Toure, who had the big 72-yard touchdown in the first half. Ronnie Hickman there to push him out of bounds. But now Steel Chambers for Ohio State will be available in the second half.
Here he is. He's come over. Remember, he started out his career as running back. Last year he was academic all Big Ten. And then he goes over to the linebacker side, and he's just continued to work, and he's made himself into one of their best players at that second level.
On second down, over the middle, and the ball caught. Nice run, Betts, and he'll pick up a first. Xavier Betts, the freshman from Bellevue, Nebraska, with a 10-yard gain.
Those easy, short completions is what Nebraska needs, in particular on first down. Coach Stoops mentioned it during the halftime. They got to quit trying to take shots on first down. It's led to some sacks. Then they're behind the chains, meaning off schedule second and long.
First down at the 36. Opening series for the Cornhuskers here in the second half. They get it to the tight end. Vokalek, he's another big fella. He's 6'6". So he's got Austin Allen to tight end. He's 6'9". Vokalek is 6'6". Chris Hickman is 6'5".
Tell you, I know Prince was a good basketball player. Charlie Murphy told me, but I don't think he wants to challenge the tight ends of Nebraska. And he brought us inside and he cooked us pancakes, Gus.
That's right. I remember that Dave Chappelle skit. 2nd and 8 at the 38. Play fake. Martinez and sack. Lost it, but gets it back. Harrison with pressure. Zach Harrison with the sack. Almost a turnover.
Well, here's that pass rush from Ohio State. Martinez just holds on to the ball a little bit too long. Xavier Betts was on the left side. He won and was wide open if Martinez would have had his eyes on that side of the field. And there's the strip from Harrison. Remember, Harrison, in the first game of the year against Minnesota, he had the strip sack that wind up in Haskell Garrett's arms, and he rumbled for a touchdown. So there's that pass rush again with the Buckeyes getting home.
3rd down and 15 at the 31. Martinez in trouble. Martinez and sacked once again. This time it's on the other side. Javante Jean-Baptiste.
These tackles for Nebraska have struggled all year long. Martinez here doesn't have much of a chance. Left tackle just gets beat. That's Turner Corcoran. Martinez goes down. The speed from Jean-Baptiste is evident. And Martinez, who was shaken up a little bit in the first half with a bit of an ankle limping around, just didn't have the explosiveness to get away from the defensive end.
Christop punting from inside his own 10. Smith and Jigba, the deep man for the Buckeyes. Good punt. Smith and Jigba to the sideline. And a solid return as he goes out of bounds, crossing the 45. A 49-yard punt and a 20-yard return.
Field position has just been very much in the favor of Ohio State. Jackson Smith and Jigba, what a first half he had. 8 catches, 148 yards, already a career high, and that touchdown. Tremendous run after catch on that touchdown. This offensive line, they got back to their starting unit. Dewan Jones played a little bit there, and they got the run game going, but they'll go back with Matthew Jones, number 55, at left guard. This is how they started the game.
5 sacks today for the Buckeyes. First down and 10 of the 48. Henderson. No, over the middle they find Smith and Jigba. And Smith and Jigba continues to add to his numbers. Dismuke with the tackle.
And you see what that successful run game in those few series in the second quarter did. Now the linebackers had to totally clear out of the zone, Gus, and that's why Smith and Jigba was wide open off of the play action pass. 9
catches for Smith and Jigba, 166 yards and a touchdown. First down, Henderson, and this time he'll be chopped down in the backfield. Joe Doman. What a football player.
Doman just read this beautifully right away. You're going to see him as the run play tries to go away from him. He just screams down from that edge. That's part of the problem with Stroud's inability to hold the edge. They're not reading that. That's just a straight run. There's no boot action off of it, and the edge player can just scream down and make the tackle.
That was a second Nebraska tackle for a loss today. 2nd and 12 at the 36. Stroud, delayed handoff, and nothing again for Henderson. This time it's Ben Stille.
Here's Stille at the defensive tackle spot, and he's just going to win right away against Parrish Johnson. Great move, slaps away, and he's right there in the backfield. Henderson had no chance.
3rd down and 14. Can Nebraska get off the field? From the 38. And offside coming up. Looks like Garrett Nelson got an early start.
Offside. Defense, number 44, unabated to the quarterback. 5-yard penalty. 3rd down.
Those of you who are parents of young children, you're going to know this analogy very well. I've got 9, 7, and 4 years old, and you know that adage, you can't give children nice things? It's like every time Nebraska gets a little momentum, they just like break it in their hands. Scott Frost has got to just be pulling his hair out over there. Every time they gain an advantage, do anything, punt it for 13 yards, get an offside. This has just been kind of the microcosm of the season for them.
So instead of 3rd and 14, it's 3rd down and 9 for C.J. Stroud. Stroud drops off a screen. Henderson, flag on the play, and Henderson picks up the 1st down, but let's see. There is a flag.
Looks like there was a pretty egregious hold in the backfield, and yeah, there was. This will go against Ohio State. DeJuan Jones at right tackle got a hold of Caleb Tanner and just drug him down, kind of threw him around before the screen pass.
Holding. Offense, number 79. 10-yard penalty from the previous spot. Repeat 3rd down.
Watch the defensive end up top. Here's Tanner as he's going up, and DeJuan Jones, 79, just kind of slings him around. Kind of a clear hold. Wanted it right away and got it, and now it's 3rd and forever.
Buckeyes had 10 penalties for 74 yards. 7 of those flags coming on false starts. Last week against Penn State. 3rd and 19. Stroud buying time. Stroud over the middle. He's got Henderson, but not enough for the 1st down as they get it inside the 30. And you wonder, will Ryan Day go for it on 4th and about 5, I would say, or is he going to kick a field goal? And Henderson is injured.
Well, that's not the guy you want to see on the ground if you're Ohio State.
A lot of hard hitting going on in this game, and the freshman. Big Noon Saturday is sponsored by T-Mobile, America's largest, fastest, and most reliable 5G network. And by Progressive Insurance, save when you bundle auto, home, or motorcycle insurance. 17-10, our score. Noah Ruggles, the field goal kicker for Ohio State, comes in to attempt what looks like a 46-yarder. And it's good. 46-yard field goal good for Ohio State. 20-10, back after this.
After defeating Jimmy Uso last week, King Woods goes head-to-head with the Universal Champion Roman Reigns. Who will rule SmackDown, the King or the Tribal Chief? Find out on an all-new edition of Friday Night SmackDown, live at 8 Eastern, 7 Central on Fox.
Noah Ruggles 2 for 2 in this game for the Buckeyes. A 26-yarder and a 46-yarder. So Nebraska prepares to receive it. Our score 20-10, and this is a touchback. Last week, the nation tripled Fox Super 6's Stack the Cash jackpot, and 5 lucky winners split over $300,000. Scan the QR code now and play the NFL Sunday Challenge for your chance to win and make the jackpot even bigger this week. First down and 10 at the 25 for Nebraska. 5 sacks today for Ohio State. Martinez steps up in the pocket, drops it off to the sideline, finds Vokalek, the tight end. Vokalek gets close to the first down. I like Martinez's composure today.
Well, remember, he's coming off a game last week against Purdue where he threw 4 interceptions, and he has been much more careful with the football. What they need to do is help him out in the play calling so that he can get the ball out of his hands quickly. This pass rush is starting to take over a little bit. They can't just sit there and drop back and try to throw the ball down the field.
7-yard gain on 2nd and 3. First down, Johnson. Ramir Johnson gets to the 40. An 8-yard run, first down. Nebraska last week losing to Purdue 28-23 here in Lincoln. 9-yard run, first down at the 41. Martinez near side, and that deflected. And Tyreek Smith, the ball picked up on the sideline. But the ball deflected. Good hustle by that Ohio State team.
Fields an incomplete pass. Incomplete pass.
No idea why this wasn't blown incomplete right away. Here's Martinez trying to get it out to the outside. Clearly forward. Tyreek Smith doing a great job at end. All these defensive ends for Ohio State have done a terrific job, and that's where Nebraska is weakest, is at the tackle position, the offensive tackle position. Both of their tackles, and you're looking at Benhart and Corcoran, are in the top 3 in the Big Ten in terms of pressures given up.
2nd down and 10 at the 41. Martinez sets up a screen on the backside. He's got Ramir Johnson, and Johnson dives forward in front of Ronnie Hickman. You have to give a lot of credit to Larry Johnson, the defensive line coach for Ohio State. He's a legend. Longtime Penn State coach, Ohio State icon. He knows how to get these young men ready. What a wonderful coach and a wonderful human being. 3rd down and 4.
He's the best defensive line coach in the country.
Yes, he
hands
is.
down.
For a long time. Martinez in trouble. Martinez incomplete. Vokalek was open, but Adrian Martinez unable to put it on him.
They've got routes that are going to develop where he can attack some of the space, but he doesn't have time to sit in the pocket and get there. Watches these routes. It's a slow developing route, but he's got guys over the middle, and he's got to back up and drift over to his right because of Tyreek Smith, number 11. He wins inside, and he's asking his tight end to sit down against that zone so that he's not running into a covered man.
Christop from the 33. Smith and Jigba back deep, signaling for the fair catch, and has it out of bounds at around the 13. And a flag has been thrown.
This will just be the space. And you got to give the return man space to catch the ball.
Kick-catching interference. Kicking team number 4. 15-yard penalty from the spot of the foul. First down.
Take another look.
That's a bad call. First down, Ohio State will come back.
Big Noon Saturday is sponsored by Wendy's, official breakfast of NCAA football. And by Rocket Mortgage for the playbook on home loans, Rocket can. Welcome back, folks. Big call just took place on the field. Ohio State could have been pinned deep, but because of the penalty, they'll get it out over the 25-yard line.
15-yard penalty for kick-catch interference. I didn't think that there was Any way that they should have thrown that flag because of the wording of the rule.
Let's go to Mike Carrera. Mike, what do you think about it?
Yeah, here is the rule. What you cannot be is you cannot be within 1 yard directly in the receiver.
We're losing him right now.
So,
I'm sorry, go ahead again, Mike.
yeah, no, the rule is you can't be within 1 yard directly in front of the receiver. He's off to the side, so I really do not like that call.
He also didn't make contact. I know that's not part of the rule, but like Mike said, directly in front. He wasn't directly in front. It's a bad penalty, and it lets Ohio State off the hook. And the reason it's big is because of those 15 yards. If Nebraska were to hold Ohio State and potentially get a 3 and out, their offense could get the ball near the 45-yard line. Now, even on a punt, they're going to get it well inside their own 30.
Second down and 8. Stroud. Sideline. Caught. Julian Fleming. And that's a first down. 17-yard gain.
And great teams take advantage of those moments, these type of moments. It's a 2-possession game. This is when Ryan Day, C.J. Stroud, and this offense have to understand this is the moment that you've got to go strike. Put a score on the board because the clear momentum and frustration in the building on the opposing sideline is there. And a touchdown would just lend more to that.
First down. Mayan Williams in at running back. Play fake. Stroud sets up a screen on the far side with Ruckert. Ruckert advances, picks up a first down, but there is a flag on the play. Payne with the tackle.
A couple of different flags. One came from this near side, a long throw.
Ineligible receiver downfield. Offense number 53 and 75. 5-yard penalty from the previous spot. Repeat first down.
It's tough to tell. Remember, if Ruckert catches this behind the line of scrimmage, then it doesn't matter, and Ruckert just floats down the field ever so slightly, and because he's down the field, now you've got all the linemen in the screen formation in front of him. You got to understand and have spatial awareness as a back or a tight end on those screens and not leak down past the line of scrimmage, because that's when the flag will come out.
Second penalty by Ohio State today. First down and 15 at the 41. And another flag.
I think he got a timeout before the delay. He was running down, and I think he did.
So they'll get the timeout. And they'll pick the flag up. We'll step away for 30 seconds. Back in Lincoln, 20-10. Partner, I don't know about you, but does this feel like a herky-jerky type game?
Yeah, it has not been clean on either side. We've had special teams miscues, some long touchdowns and explosive plays. Not a ton of sustained drives with offensive success. And here, Ohio State finds themselves behind the chains. When you say behind the chains, what does that mean? Well, it means you're in a 1st and 15, not 1st and 10. It's off schedule. Schedule would be 2nd and 6, then 3rd and 3, right around there. And now they're behind the chains.
First down and 15 from the 41. Mayan Williams in the backfield with C.J. Stroud, who will throw it. Stroud steps up. Stroud in trouble. Stroud on his feet, and he'll dump it. Incomplete. Ty Robinson giving chase.
Boy, Robinson was coming like a freight train, and Stroud having to run left and escape the pressure from Ty Robinson before he can reach back and try to throw that ball away, and he did. And boy, that was awfully close to the sideline as it was almost picked off. Remember earlier today, Stroud was rolling out of the pocket, threw one close to the sideline, and it was picked off by JoJo Doman.
Second down and 15. They'll hand it to Williams, running right. Williams bouncing around and goes out of bounds. Another flag.
And this one will come back. the youngster on the outside, the wide receiver Marvin Harrison's going to get called for a hold on the outside as Williams was trying to bounce out around that right side. Looked like he got the edge, but it was due in part to Harrison holding on the corner.
Remember, for Ohio State today, no Garrett Wilson.
Holding, offense number 18. 10-yard penalty from the spot of the foul. Repeat second down.
Here's Harrison, number 18, working against Cam Taylor-Britt. And he gets those arms way outside, and he grabs the pads of Cam Taylor-Britt. And as Williams is working outside, Taylor-Britt is trying to get outside there as well and can't because of the hold. And that's what sprung him for a longer run.
2nd and 21. Stroud. And he finds Harrison Jr. and Marvin Harrison Jr. tackled by Quentin Newsome, and he'll pick up 12.
Here's the opportunity Nebraska has needed, a 3rd down.
Quick snap, Stroud looking, Stroud flushed out, Stroud incomplete, that one thrown out of bounds, but another flag.
Holding, offense number 77. Penalties declined. 4th down.
The Nebraska defense gets off the field.
Boy, they took advantage of all the miscues there for the Ohio State offense. Just not a clean series for Ryan Day's bunch. And this defense just continues to give their team a chance all year long. It's been the same deal. Eric Chinander, the defensive coordinator, has done a heck of a job this year with a veteran group, a solid defensive line, a lot of veterans in the secondary. They understand what's about to come at them as far as the way that the offenses are going to attack, and they've been ready for it.
Jesse Merkel from the 33. Oliver Martin, the deep man. Merkel drives this football. And wow, what English. It just dies inside the 5. Covered up, 49-yard punt. Well done by Jesse Merkel. Nebraska will start deep in their own territory when we return.
Hello, I'm Staff Sergeant David Mueller with the 192nd Military Police Detachment out of Omaha, Nebraska. We wanted to say hello to our family and friends back home, and go Huskers from Jordan.
Go Big Red!
That was the good folks of the 192nd Military Police Detachment in Jordan wishing their Huskers well. 1st down and 10 at the 4-yard line for Nebraska. Worst starting field position for Big Red today. Their own 4. Play fake. Martinez in trouble. And Martinez to the sideline. Incomplete.
He just has no time. This offensive line is being completely overwhelmed by the defensive front 4 of the Buckeyes. They're trying to run just a simple little play action, roll some guys out there, and Antoine Jackson, 52, was right in his lap. He had to leave the pocket and couldn't get enough on the throw. These guys, I'll tell you what, I don't think that there is a better combination of front 4 in the country. All you know, Georgia fans, I get it. You got the best front 7 in all of college football, maybe one of the best defenses that we've ever seen. But boy, this front 4 is good. Johnson, and he'll be tackled for a loss. 5 sacks today for Ohio State's defense. 8 tackles for loss. Eichenberg this time. This defense, their turnaround under Matt Barnes, the new play caller, and what this defensive staff has done has been quite amazing, in particular against the run. And the entire objective for this defense was just, hey, we got to allow our front 4 to dominate. Don't give up big plays. Don't get out of position behind them. Get the ball down and let them play ball. 3rd down and 12. Martinez steps up, drops it off, and incomplete. Xavier Betts, the target. Now Nebraska will have to punt the ball, and they've been having punting issues
from deep in their own territory.
And this is just such a huge incompletion. It looks nondescript. Oh, we'll have to punt. You got to catch that ball. Not even if you just get the first down, which would have been great, but get yourself away from your own goal line in order to punt the ball. Now this is precarious stuff here.
Kristaps, back of his own end zone. He'll get it off. It's a good one. Olave back deep this time, and he'll go out of bounds at around the 43-yard line. A 44-yard punt and a 5-yard return. A flag on the play.
This is going to negate some excellent field position.
On the return, illegal block in the back, kicking team number 8. 10-yard penalty from the spot of the foul. First down, Ohio State.
Watch the top of your screen. Here's 8. It's like Babb coming in, and there's the block just in the side. To throw those hands out, usually an indicator. Flag comes right out. Matt Barnes handled the special teams for a long time for Ryan Day, and knows that costs him a little bit of field position, but still a fairly short field for this offense, who's been unable, Gus, in the last few series to find a rhythm outside of that long touchdown to Jackson Smith and Jigba on the catch and run.
First down to the 47. Travion Henderson in the backfield. Stroud steps up in the pocket. Over the middle and caught for first down. Chris Olave. Newsome with the tackle. 14-yard gain.
Really good quarterbacks always step up in the pocket. You know, there's too much in college football, guys. They're retreating. They're running out sideways. Watch Stroud. He steps right into the teeth of the defense, finds himself some space, and delivers the ball down the field. That's an excellent catch from Chris Olave as he goes up to get it.
Olave, 5 catches, 51 yards. First down and 10. Underneath, Smith and Jigba. First down. Newsome again. And I like how C.J. Stroud, he's so poised and confident. He knows how to carve you up, almost quietly.
Yeah, it's been few and far between, like you said on the last series, a little bit jerky at times, and when they've been clean and haven't committed penalties on offense, they've been able to move the ball, and they've really leaned on Stroud in that passing game. They've thrown it now 39 times to only 19 rushes.
Remember, C.J. Stroud is a freshman, a redshirt freshman. 2 California quarterbacks going at it. C.J. Stroud from Rancho Cucamonga, Empire, California, and Adrian Martinez from Fresno.
College football, you want to know why the Pac-12 is down? College football outside of the Pac-12 is littered with great players that go from that footprint, that Pac-12 footprint, and leave into other conferences like the SEC and the Big Ten. That's one of the reasons that conference has been down for so many years.
Second down and 8. Near side. Caught Rucker. And Rucker tackled inside the 20. 6-yard gain. Henrich with the tackle.
And this defense is going to be asked again to try to stop the best offense in college football. #1 scoring offense. #1 total offense. This defense, with only 2:30 left in the third quarter, has only given up 20 points. And they've got to reach down somehow and get a stop and force a field goal from the Buckeyes.
3rd and 2. At the Nebraska 18 for the. Stroud. Incomplete. Smith and Jigba, the intended receiver. Newsome in coverage.
Check out the pass rush. This defensive line has done a really good job of creating some pressure in the face of C.J. Stroud. Right there, it was 97, DeAndre Thomas, who was able to get upfield and force Stroud to back up. Because he couldn't step into it, it was inaccurate out in front of Smith and Jigba.
So a 35-yard attempt for Noah Ruggles. How simple can it get? 26, 46, and now 35. Ruggles 3 for 3, 23-10.
Coming up next on Fox, 12th ranked Baylor kicks off against TCU. Then at 7:30 Eastern, Indiana takes on the 7th ranked Michigan Wolverines. Only on Fox and the Fox Sports app. Those Michigan Wolverines, they're going to have to, they got to come back from a devastating loss from a week ago in their rival against Michigan State. Gus, what a great game that was, wasn't it?
Pretty good one.
Kenneth Walker putting himself
5 touchdowns for Walker. Scott Frost under pressure this year, folks. He feels it. We were with him yesterday. When he left UCF, he had a number of different offers from SEC schools. Miami was in there, Tennessee, Florida State as well. Came back to Nebraska, as he told us, out of a sense of duty. First down at the 25. Martinez runs. He'll pick up some positive yards, but looking back at Coach Frost, and he explained something to us yesterday. He said one of the big reasons that Nebraska has been struggling is because they no longer have an affiliation with the state of Texas.
Well, when you look at they're really good teams of the past, and they were great for so many years. This is one of the historically great programs. They always had guys from Florida, Texas, and California. When you look at players from Texas, even just in 2011, they had 20 of them, Gus. Now, as they have lost that connection with the Big 12, that has gone down. In 2016, it was 7 players. In 2021, this year, only 8 from the state of Texas. That's a big reason. You got to have a natural recruiting base and or some tentacles into one of the great recruiting bases. And right now, Nebraska doesn't quite have that, and that's why it's been difficult to build this roster.
First down and 10 at the 36. Martinez looking over the middle, incomplete. And when you think about it, leaving the Big 12, the Texas kid playing in the Big 10, he wouldn't have an opportunity for his mom or his dad to drive to a game. I mean, in the Big 12, you got TCU, Baylor, back then Texas A&M, Texas Tech, a lot of opportunities.
That's one of the unintended consequences of the move here to the Big Ten, which has been financially very successful, but unfortunately they haven't found the success on the field.
Martinez sprints out, looks backside, tries to set up a screen, under pressure, incomplete. And a flag.
Steele Chambers, the linebacker, number 22, as they were trying to set up the screen, basically just tackled Ramir Johnson, the intended receiver. Chambers was all over it, diagnosed it beautifully, but then just tackled Ramir Johnson.
Defense, number 22. 10-yard penalty results in a first down.
Check out on the left side of your screen. There's Ramir Johnson. And Chambers just kind of runs into him there. Chambers has been very good. Remember, he was not playing in the first half. He had a targeting call last week against Penn State. Now he's back this second half. He's been a big reason why they have improved so much on defense from those first 2 weeks.
First down at the 46.
Don't let him in. Don't let him in.
Martinez steps into his throw. And caught. What a big catch. Toure again. Toure still running. Toure down at the 1. Samori Toure, 53 yards. Nebraska continues to fight.
And when they needed a play, they went to their surest wide receiver on the outside, Samori Toure. Beautiful play design. Comes across the middle again on that little half roll, and Martinez found him. Earlier in this series, Martinez missed a wide open receiver down the field. There, he didn't miss. First and goal.
First down and goal at the 1. Can they pay it off? Ramir Johnson in the backfield. It's Martinez. Touchdown. Big Red. in the third. 23-16. 5 plays, 75 yards.
You're going to get blocks from the back and the wide receiver. This is why they score. Watch the linebackers come over the top. There's the outside block, and Ramir Johnson, the inside block. Great job by Austin Allen, number 11, washing down that line. Extra point, good. Nebraska hanging around.
Ohio State looks stunned. The Nebraska Cornhuskers with nothing to lose, making this one a close one. (23-17). Ohio State leading Nebraska. Adrian Martinez with 34 rushing touchdowns as a quarterback. A big one there. His 12th rushing touchdown of the year. Let's see how Ohio State responds. And let's check in with Jenny Tabb.
Well, guys, I caught up with Samori Toure earlier this year, and I was curious why Nebraska. We know he graduated from Montana. He decided to take a leap of faith to come here. He told me I still felt like I had so much more to prove, but the reason really was Scott Frost. He's a Portland, Oregon native, so he was familiar with Frost from his Oregon days. He always liked what he'd seen from him, and you guys mentioned it briefly. The teammates love him. He came in, he's developed himself as a leader, and wow, what a moment for him on this stage to be getting it done and keeping this offense in this thing.
A big touchdown and a big reception. 1st and 10, Ohio State at their own 25. Here's Stroud. And a flag.
Delay game. Offense. 5-yard penalty. First down.
10 penalties last week for Ohio State against the Nittany Lions at home. Penalties starting to mount now.
Particularly in crunch time here in the third quarter as Nebraska has mounted this comeback.
6 penalties for the Buckeyes all this quarter. 1st and 15. Stroud. Near side, incomplete. Harrison, the intended receiver. But I think the most illuminating statistic, Joel, in this game, Ohio State with only 61 yards rushing.
Nebraska's done a great job up front. Ohio State only running it for 3.1 yards per carry. Only 61 yards total, like you said, 20 rushes. That means Ryan Day feels like he's forced to throw the ball. He's thrown it now 42 times already. We're not even in the fourth quarter.
2nd down and 15. Play fake. Stroud shuffling underneath. And caught. Well done. Smith and Jigba again having a career day. 22 yards on that reception. And his number's so gaudy. 10 catches, 11 catches now, 201 yards receiving. End of the third quarter coming. And that's it. 3 in the books coming up. The fourth quarter. Ohio State, Nebraska, 23-17.
I'm retired.
Big Noon Saturday is sponsored by AT&T Business. Lincoln, Nebraska. We start the fourth quarter. Ohio State with a 23-17 lead. Gus, Joel, Jenny, Mikey Rulebooks with you. 1st down and 10. Ohio State at the 43. Stroud. Flush. Stroud throws. Intercepted at the 10. Foul it. And Nebraska is in business. Flag on the play. Second interception of the day for young C.J. Stroud.
This secondary has hung tough as the officials discuss. What happened there at the end, it was the pressure again. Remember, this is one of the best pass-protecting offensive lines in all of college football. Stroud had only been sacked one time in the last 4 games coming in. And Nebraska has been able to present pressure in the face of Stroud. And as he left the pocket, he forced it down the field, trying to get it to his best wide receiver. And there were the Huskers. Miles Farmer started for the injured Deontay Williams, and he's able to get a huge interception.
The result of the play is an interception. During the return, illegal block in the back. Defense, number 8. After the play's over, personal foul, late hit, out of bounds. Offense, number 88. That 15-yard penalty will be enforced. It's first down, Nebraska.
Let's take a look at the interception, and here's the pressure. Eric Chinander, the defensive coordinator, he knew he needed to dial it up, so he blitzed. Luke Reimer is in there. That's why Stroud has to get to his right, tries to get the ball downfield, can't do that. Young quarterback makes a mistake, can't throw it late, deep down the field, and Farmer is there to make him pay. He's able to come down with that interception, and after all the penalties, there's the block in the back. There's the late hit out of bounds. And Nebraska will have 1st and 10. I tell you, every week this team finds themselves in this scenario. It doesn't matter if they're playing Illinois or Minnesota or Purdue or Michigan, Michigan State or Oklahoma. They're in 1-score games in the 4th quarter. In the Scott Frost era, folks, they have yet to make the plays to capitalize and win these games. Can they change their fortune today?
First down at the 29. Martinez hands it off. Johnson with room, slashing. And you can feel the momentum shifting. 12-yard gain for the Cornhuskers.
They need to channel offensively what they were able to do against the Michigan Wolverines. In that game, Scott Frost's offense, they made the plays. They drove the length of the field a couple of times in order to get scores. It was just a late fumble from Martinez that ended up costing them that game. But other than that, they played very well.
First down at the 41. Martinez. He's got to play mistake-free football. Martinez starts to run, slides, and he'll be close to the first down.
I don't think he'll get the first down, though, Gus, because remember, when you go feet first, it's where you initially give yourself up. So while it looks like that was going to be a move the chains moment, he gave himself up a yard short of the change, so it'll be 2nd and short here for the Huskers.
Looks like Adrian Martinez is shaking off that lower body injury he suffered in the first half. Makes it 2nd down and 1 at midfield. Quarterback sneak, first down.
Well, twice now what we've seen them be able to do is dial up those big plays down the field. Here's those close losses I was talking about to current top 10 teams, current top 8 teams. Combined 13 points to Oklahoma, Michigan State, and Michigan. And Frost understands that in those games, and in particular Michigan State and Oklahoma, his defense was the one that really gave him a chance in that game, and that's been similar here today.
But his quarterback may have to win it for him. First down at the 48. Here's the option, Martinez! First down at the 30. Adrian! On the 10th anniversary of the passing of his mother.
Watch Austin Allen, Gus. He gets around and he's able to get a block at the 2nd level. Now Martinez has a lane on the outside. He gives a little pitch fake outside. That forces the defensive back to take the back. Marcus Williamson is out of position, and he's able to run for a first down. That's beautiful option football there.
17-yard run, 12-yard gain, 9-yard gain, 2-yard gain, 17-yard gain. Here's Martinez again, stumbling forward. We told you about this young man. At 11 years old, he lost his mom, Deanna, to cancer. He brought it up in our meeting yesterday. He said, I don't want to make this a sad occasion, us talking to each other today, but it is on my mind. She is on my mind. His stepmother, Christy Vincent, is also one of the great loves of his life. Here's the snap to Johnson.
Number 14, Ramir Johnson. Tackled by number 22, Steele Chambers.
At 3rd and 3, this next play will tell you everything you need to know about whether Scott Frost thinks this is 4-down territory. If it's 4-down territory, they're likely to run the football again. Probably in a zone read situation with Martinez reading the defensive end or a linebacker.
Nebraska 0 for 9 on 3rd down conversions today. Empty backfield for Adrian Martinez. He'll run it himself. Breaks it back. Picks up the 1st down. Cody Simon with the tackle. Fans thought it might have been a face mask.
Let's take a look. He's got to grab some opening of the helmet, and that looked like it was just around his neck. Certainly looks like it, kind of around his shoulder. I think that's a good no call. Austin Allen, number 11, again with a great block to spring him for that 1st down.
7 plays on this drive, all runs for the Cornhuskers. 1st down, they'll run it again. Johnson between the tackles. They'll get close to the Ohio State 15. A gain of 3.
Scott Frost and offensive coordinator Matt Lubick, they build with their play calls. They call plays that get the defense looking one direction during the course of a series and then try to use that look in order to create space or an open receiver elsewhere. All these runs on this series, you get the sense that there's some sort of play action just ready as a play call for the Huskers.
Watch Toure, number 3. Motions in the backfield. They'll run it again with Johnson. Right now, Scott Frost, a favorite son of this great state in Nebraska. They're going back to old school Tom Osborne power football.
He might be a favorite son, but he is certainly embattled. Let's not shy away from it. He's not shying away from it. He needs a win badly, maybe 2 down the stretch in order to be here next year. And his team certainly is playing like it today.
Adrian Martinez, he can run it on 3rd and 4. Let's see. Martinez to throw, looking. And incomplete. That ball thrown high.
Martinez passes incomplete.
Falk, the intended receiver. So that brings up 4th and 4.
And he's open. Martinez has got to hit him here. This is at some point you got to step and not float away and drive this ball on the frame. You cannot float a crossing route in the interior of the field. Martinez knows it. That ball has got to be driven onto the frame of the tight end. They've got it there. Levi Falk unable to come down with it.
So Contreras comes in to attempt a 31-yarder. Oh, and he missed it. Wow. 23-17. Big Noon Saturday is sponsored by Pacific Life, more than 150 years strong. Protect what matters most. And by Dr. Pepper, delicious ice-cold Dr. Pepper, the one fans deserve. Chase Contreras has missed 2 field goals today. Huskers down by 6, 23-17. Ohio State with the football now. They'll start from their own 20. 9:47 to play, 4th quarter from Lincoln. Travion Henderson, the pistol back. C.J. Stroud hands it to him. And Henderson. Stopped by Henrich after a 5-yard gain.
And this defense will be asked again to bow their neck and try to stop the Ohio State Buckeyes. This is a crucial series because depending on how long this series lasts, if Ohio State can end with points, even if they'll be on the field, 2-3 minutes, you're looking at the 5-6 minute mark in a 2-possession game.
Stroud guns it to the sideline. And it's Smith and Jigba having a career day. What a day for Jackson, Smith, and Jigba.
Only the 5th 200-yard receiving day in Ohio State history.
Stroud has thrown for 341 yards, but he's thrown it 45 times. 3rd and 1. Stroud, option. Henderson, first down.
This drive has got to be all about two things: the offensive line and the decision-making of the quarterback. You've got to play with urgency as an offensive line, physicality, run the ball, keep the clock rolling. And as a quarterback, you have to understand that you've got to play within yourself, calm, make every quality decision that you can, and do not force the ball.
Master T comes into the game. He's been out with a lower body injury last 2. Here's Stroud. Incomplete. Julian Fleming, the target. Newsome there defensively.
This is when you got to start taking advantage, and Eric Chenander, the defensive coordinator for Nebraska, knows that. Now they've got to try to get some sort of pressure on Stroud. You got 2nd and long. They've been dialing up a few pressures and stunts, but Stroud cannot just sit in the pocket and wait for open areas.
2nd down and 10, and they'll run it with Master Teague, and Master Teague chopped down at the 40. Miles Farmer, who had the interception with the tackle. It's a 6-yard gain.
Henderson will jog back on the field, the running back for the Buckeyes. Got to know where number 11 is, don't you? Had a career day. He'll be the closest receiver to Stroud in the slot.
3rd down and 4 at the 40-yard line. Big series, big play for the Nebraska defense. Can they give it to their own? Right here. Stroud looks. Stroud delivers and caught for 1st down. Chris Olave.
Boy, you just got to love a smart player. Olave does exactly what he should. They're running what looks to be like a little screen on the outside, but he finds a soft spot and just sits there and stares at his quarterback, and Stroud is able to hit him for a 1st down.
Olave, 6 catches, 57 yards underneath a wide open Smith and Jigba. And he'll get deep inside Nebraska territory with the gain of 19.
I mean, what a day. Are you kidding me? Smith and Jigba is going to get close to that Terry Glenn mark. Glenn went just over 250 yards for a single-game Ohio State record, the late Terry Glenn in 1995.
1st down at the 35. And this one deflected, incomplete.
And this one's going to be close to an intentional grounding. They're going to talk about whether he was in the pocket or out. It did not get past the line of scrimmage, and there did not seem to be an eligible receiver in the vicinity, and there comes the flag.
Intentional grounding. Offense, number 7. Penalty is the loss of down at the spot of the foul. 2nd down.
Ryan Day doesn't like it. Stroud was on a little bit of a boot action. He's coming off of the run fake to Henderson, and he's trying to come and get outside of the pocket, but he never quite gets there. And now that ball, it has to go past the line of scrimmage if he's outside of the pocket, which he's not, and there's certainly not a receiver in the area. Ryan Day is pleading his case to no avail.
2nd down and 19 at the 44. Stroud steps up, guns it to the sideline, back shoulder, and it's incomplete. Julian Fleming says he had a foot down. We'll see.
He was trying to get that right foot down. Good coverage by Quentin Newsome because he forced him all the way over to the sideline. Boy, that looks like that foot probably was in. There was some green. It's just a matter of if he was controlling that ball before that foot came off the turf. Remember, every play is reviewed upstairs. We'll see if they need further time to review that, and they will.
The ruling on the field on the previous play was an incomplete pass. That play is under further review.
Fleming adamant that he did get that foot down.
Well, And remember, it's not about just the foot, which was in bounds, Gus. There's no doubt. He's got to establish control first. It's the order: control, then foot down. So it's all going to be about when does he actually get control. Looks like he's got it with a foot down.
Mike Pereira, he's with us. Mike, your thoughts?
Matter of control. The right hand comes off the ball, but it looks like the left hand stays on the ball with control. So again, now this was ruled on the field as incomplete, but if you can establish that that left hand stayed on the ball with control, then to me it is a catch.
That angle establishes the foot down very clearly. That angle also establishes that the right hand is not on the ball. It's the other angle where you can piece together the potential of the left hand controlling the ball, not bobbling. This one will be close. This is the look that you're trying to establish, whether there was control with the left hand.
Looks like he's juggling that ball.
Yeah, that's close. That might be just too close to overturn the call. As Mike said, the important part being that it was called incomplete on the field. I mean, what a monster call in this game. Inside of 7:04 left, fourth quarter, 6-point game. It's third and forever. This would give a first down.
After review, the ruling on the field stands. Incomplete pass.
Thank you, Mike. Third and 19. Great opportunity for the Cornhuskers. 7:04 to go. These men on defense have played their hearts out in front of their home fans. C.J. Stroud has made some timely throws. He's made some mistakes. 2 interceptions. Third and 19 at the 44. Stroud in trouble. Stroud backing up. Stroud underneath, caught. Henderson, but not enough for a first down. What do you do here now if you're Ryan Day?
Well, it's also, I don't think, enough to kick the field goal. Noah Ruggles has tried a 56-yarder in his career. That was when he was at North Carolina. It was against App State. He did not make it. He's 0 for 3 over 50, and they'll choose to punt and put the game in their defense's hands.
So the Nebraska defense comes up huge once again. Jesse Mirko standing at midfield. Oliver Martin is the deep man inside the 10. And it's fair caught at the 10-yard line, a 26-yard punt. 23-17, 6:11 to go. Here come the Cornhuskers on offense. Big Noon Saturday is sponsored by State Farm. Like a good neighbor, State Farm is there. Nebraska's last win versus a top 5 ranked team came in 2001 against Oklahoma. The Cornhuskers were led by Eric Crouch and used some trickery to get the win. Crouch would go on to win the Heisman Trophy that season. The play, Black 41 flash reverse pass. First down and 10 for Coach Frost and his offense at his own 10-yard line. Down 23-17. Marquise Step in the backfield. Martinez steps up with room and decides to run it. Martinez still on the move and dives forward, crossing the 30 up to the 31 in front of Tommy Eichenberg, and it's a gain of 21. And that has been hurting this Ohio State defense today.
Martinez, when he's able to get those little half rolls and get on the edge, then he's got the opportunity to throw the ball down the field or run it with some rush lanes. When they're dropping back straight in the pocket, they can't contain the pass rush for Ohio State. They got to keep doing that. And also, if you're Ohio State, you've got to spy Martinez. Someone's got to have number 2 on every snap.
First down at the 31. Martinez again to throw. Martinez looking. Incomplete.
Martinez pass is incomplete, intended for number
Xavier
15,
Betts.
Xavier Betts.
The intended receiver broken up by Bryson Shaw.
Really good play by Bryson Shaw, because it looked like there was a chance he might arrive a hair early and draw a flag, but he didn't. He timed it perfectly and went up to break that pass up.
But when you look at Adrian Martinez, when he drops back to pass, it looks like there are so many different running lanes for him every time he goes back to throw it. 2nd and 10 at the 31. Martinez over the middle and incomplete. Omar Manning hit hard by Marcus Williamson, and that'll bring up 3rd down and long.
Well, you can't run across the field against zone defense. Manning's got to settle down right there. He turns and runs. Turning meaning he just turns his head and doesn't give his chest to the quarterback. So the quarterback leads him in front. That's a good way to get yourself killed on the football field, running right into Williamson like that across zones. But here on a 3rd down, boy, they got to get at least half of this back, maybe more. You're looking at 4 down territory.
3rd and 10 at the 31. Martinez steps into it, incomplete. No flag. Manning, the target, Williamson in coverage. And Scott Frost can't believe it.
Well, Manning definitely went down. I believe it was Williamson in coverage, and he's trying to come around. Oh, he clearly is held right there, goes to the ground, and the flag absolutely should have come out there. Scott Frost wants it, and he's not going to get it. And Nebraska's going to have to punt it away.
Back to take it for Ohio State, number 11, Jackson Smith.
Krista from the 16. Smith and Jigba, the deep man, inside the 25. He'll backpedal and has it at around the 12. A 56-yard punt. Ohio State, Nebraska. Back after this.
Pacific Life Game Summary sponsored by Pacific Life. More than 150 years strong. Protect what matters most. How about these wide receivers? Gus Torrey, 4 catches, 150 yards. And on the opposite side, Jackson Smith and Jigba, 13 catches, 226. And that catch and run that went the distance for the Buckeyes. What a great game it's been, with a couple of great performances by these 2 wide receivers.
1st down at the 13. And Stroud fires to the far side to Chris Olave. He's gobbled up quickly. Quentin Newsome, and I think you have to give a bunch of attaboys to this Nebraska secondary.
Yeah.
They played some of their best football today.
I mean, even with Smith and Jigba going for the 2nd most receiving yards in Ohio State history, they have made some plays. Picked off Stroud twice, which we hadn't seen in the last 4 games. Remember, he hadn't thrown a pick since early in the season in his first 3 games. And this Cornhusker defense has kept him in it, and they've got to do so again here. 2nd down at 6, and they will give it to Henderson, who picks up a 1st down. Nice charge for Travion Henderson, a gain of 10. You know, before this series, you start to wonder, like, when will Nebraska potentially have to start to use timeouts? I thought maybe in that first set of downs, they would try to just get off the field normally and save their timeouts. But now inside of 4 minutes and 30 seconds, you could possibly see Scott Frost start to use some of these timeouts.
1st down at the 28. Ruckert in motion. Henderson. And a flag.
I think Garrett Nelson for Nebraska just stepped across the line of scrimmage.
Offside. Defense number 44 lined up in the neutral zone. 5-yard penalty. Repeat 1st down.
He's had a couple of those today. Solid player, and they think as a young player, just a sophomore, that he's going to develop into something special and be potentially down the road their best pass rusher. But right there, he put their defense in a hole, because now at 1st and 5, one thing we know, Gus, Ryan Day's got everything at his disposal. Travion Henderson in the run game. You can throw a little play action, maybe even get it back to Jackson Smith and Jigba or Chris Olave on the outside.
From the 33. Henderson. First down and more. Henderson with a burst. Travion Henderson with a 22-yard run. Dismuke with the tackle.
And what a great time for the true freshman to bust off the longest run they've had all day long. Up until that point, their longest run was about 6 yards. And finally, they're able to get a lane on the outside. And he's able to move the chains. And now Nebraska is going to have to start thinking about those timeouts, as Ohio State will be in milk the clock mode.
First down at the 45. Teagan now for Henderson. Stroud over the middle. And a catch by Smith and Jigba. Doman with the tackle, but it's a gain of 9.
A lot of confidence in the young quarterback. Need to keep that clock rolling, and they're able to do so. And Frost not calling his timeouts yet, in particular after a long gain on first.
2nd and 1.
They won't even call a play until they're going to snap it somewhere inside of that 5-second mark of the play clock.
And they'll give it to Teague. And picks up the first down.
Clock becomes a huge factor, and they're looking at potentially being right on the outside of field goal range.
First down at the 34. Stroud looking. Stroud in trouble. Reverses. He lost it. Loose ball. Can Nebraska get it? And Ohio State pounces on it. Wow. And a flag.
What a huge mistake by Stroud. It was Garrett Nelson that was providing the pressure, and he was the one that stripped the ball out. And then late, the flag came out as there was a dive and a scrum for the ball. Scott Frost.
Foul on the play. The fumble was recovered by Ohio State. We have a charge timeout. Nebraska, their first. This will be a 30-second timeout. Please reset the clock to 1:42.
What a break for Ohio State. Whippler lands on the ball.
High drama in Lincoln, and Joel, I just don't understand. You have a first down and 10 at your opponent's 34. With under 2 minutes to go, and you're throwing the ball. Why?
I don't know. I did not understand it. They throw it again here. It is complete. He's trying desperately to get into field goal range. Nebraska's calling timeouts here. And they won't call one right now.
I just think it's...
Oh, they finally do on the far side. Listen, I agree with you.
It seems like it's reckless.
Especially when you see what happened. I mean, he was stripped from the ball. The deal is, here's the game, folks, right here. If you can get the ball to the 32, 33-yard line, you can potentially kick a field goal. That would end it. Okay, it would be 2 possessions. Nebraska would likely not have any timeouts left. Nebraska, the game has now been whittled down to about a 7-yard span. Nebraska cannot allow Ohio State to gain 7 more yards. But if you're Ohio State, do you risk a throw here and save a timeout for the Nebraska Cornhuskers? I say you run the ball. Now, listen, I'm older school. Ryan Day has shown that he wants to throw it. He's thrown it 53 times today. Jackson Smith and Jigba has been incredible. 15 catches in Ohio State's single-game record. But I think you still have to run the ball and force Nebraska to stop you and call timeout.
3rd and 16. Stroud will throw. Stroud drops it off. He's got Henderson, who has blockers, and he'll get inside the 30. Not enough for a first down. 11-yard gain on 3rd and 16. Timeout Nebraska. They're out of timeouts now. Back after this. (23-17). Adrian Martinez wants to get another shot. Ohio State brings on the field goal unit. Noah Ruggles is 3 for 3 today. His career long is 44 yards. This from 46 yards away. And good. Noah Ruggles. He's been a weapon for Ryan Day. 26-17 our score. He's 4 for 4. C.J. Stroud, the quarterback, says, "Attaboy." Scott Frost. Noah Ruggles, 4 for 4 today. 26-17, Ohio State. Next week, Buckeyes are at home against Purdue, followed by a game at home against Michigan State, and then the big one in Ann Arbor against Michigan. But Nebraska giving them a run for their money this afternoon. Ball fielded inside the 10 by Brown. And Alante Brown
on the return.
gets it up the field. In a few moments, some of you in Texas will be taken to the start of number 12 Baylor at TCU. That game is also available on FS2 and streaming live on the Fox Sport app. For the rest of you, we will get you out there at the immediate conclusion of our game. If you are leaving us but want to watch our game, we are also available on the app. 1st and 10 at the 27. Nebraska, no timeouts remaining. Martinez, far side, and it's caught by Austin Allen, who gets out of bounds.
Well, stop me if you've heard this before. Nebraska, good enough for a potential upset, but too many mistakes to actually get it done. And the mistakes, Gus, far too often have been in the kicking game.
Special teams. Martinez. Incomplete. Throwing it to the sideline. That's Torrey, who's had a wonderful day. The intended receiver.
You know, Ryan Day has talked all year, and Buckeye fans, you're going to know what I'm talking about. He keeps saying, like, 1-0, 1-0. That's our whole goal. And every week, the goal is just to go 1-0. And he certainly understood, watching film of this Nebraska team, they were much better than their record. And the Buckeyes had a very good defensive plan today. They played pretty well on that side. Offensively, it was about putting the ball in the air. They did that very well. Stroud over 400 yards passing.
They're down in 3. Martinez over the middle. And he has Manning. First down. Ransom with the tackle. Clock starts now. Approaching the 1-minute mark. Martinez. And intercepted. Steele Chambers.
Martinez pass is intercepted.
And Ohio State has the football and the game in their back pocket.
Well, that defense has certainly improved. And fitting for Steele Chambers after a questionable targeting call last week. Gets on the field here in the second half. Beautiful play there to seal the game for the Buckeyes as he picks off Martinez. Martinez, his only interception of the game, and some mutual respect there in the back end as Craig Young gives an attaboy to Adrian Martinez. And again, this Nebraska team so close, and yet it feels like so far at the same time.
Victory formation for Ohio State. What a day it was for Jackson Smith and Jigba, 15 catches, a school record 240 yards, and a 75-yard touchdown. C.J. Stroud, 36 of 54, 405 yards, 2 touchdowns, but he did throw 2 interceptions. Statistically, a great day, but you wonder if Ohio State can win the big games throwing it 54 times and rushing for 90 yards. That'll do it, 26-17. Ohio State and advances.
Boy, it wasn't easy for the Buckeyes, was it?
No, what a hard-fought game. Nebraska really battled. Let's go downstairs where Jenny Taft is with Coach Day.
Well, Coach, your undefeated record against Big Ten opponents, it continues today, but you admitted at the half at times messy. How would you grade the overall performance?
I thought the defense played great again. I thought we played, team defense. We ran to the ball. Getting the turnover at the end was huge. I thought that was really good. I mean, on offense, we did some good things again, but too many penalties. Didn't finish off drives. So, again, to continually win like this is not easy, especially in November with a young team. But so many things to clean up. We're going to get back on the film and get back to work.
Highlight November, everything at stake. We got Purdue, we got Michigan State, we got Michigan. What is the first thing you want to focus on Monday?
I don't think there's one thing. I just think it's across the board. It's just at this point you got to survive and move on. We talked about how you got to bring it every single week. You're going to get everybody's best punch. We have 9 conference games. These are great teams that we're playing. I'm very, very impressed with Nebraska. I thought they played strong. We got our hands full again next week against Purdue.
Congrats on the win.
Thanks.
All right, Jenny, thank you very much. The final score here at Memorial Stadium: Ohio State 26, Nebraska 17. Coming up after the break, we'll take you out to Baylor and TCU.